Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Jennifer Robbins. I'd like to introduce our speaker today, Michel Bredet, for his session on Guide Dog for Deafblind Persons. Yes, we can. Michel is a specialist in orientation and mobility for 20 years at the Institute Nazareth at Louis-Braille in Montreal. He holds a master's degree from the University of Montreal in orientation and mobility. I have been working daily with people with dual sensory impairments since the beginning. The Institute Nazareth et Louis-Braille has a partnership with the Mira Foundation, the guide dog school in Quebec, in the province of Quebec, and Michel is the designated orientation and mobility specialist for the evaluation of dual sensory impaired clients. He also participates in guide dog classes dedicated to this clientele. So please welcome Michel.
My gin and tonic. Okay. Welcome everyone, and I will start to describe a little bit myself. I'm a cis male. I'm 40, almost 48. I'm 47 years old, and I have black, dark hair, and you call it a goatee, I think, a beard around your. Okay, and my mustache is black, and my beard on my chin is white, and I'm wearing a light blue shirt and a Bermuda, beige Bermuda. Do I forget? Oh yeah, and I use a walking cane. Because I had a spinal cord injury 30 years ago, so when I was younger. Okay, so let's start. Now you know everything about me. I want to know everything about you. Is there any orientation and mobility specialist or a guide dog instructor or people working in the field of Okay, great. Obviously I speak French, so sometimes it could be harder for me to express myself, so I will try to do my best, okay? So today I will talk to you about Institut Nazareth et Louis-Braille. It's the place where I work since 21 years. Next week it's going to be 21 years. I will talk to you about the foundation Mira, La Fondation Mira, the partnership between these two organizations. I will explain how we evaluate the deaf-blind person who wants to have a guide dog. The pre-training we do with this person when she wants to have a guide dog, he or she wants to have a guide dog. Then the training program at Fondation Mira, and then the follow-up at home that we did. And I wrote movies, but it's more video clip to show you two persons using a guide dog. Is that okay for you? Great. Okay. Institut Nazareth et Louis-Braille, INLB, it's a rehabilitation center dedicated to low vision and blindness since 161 years. The rehab services in Quebec province are different than the rest of the Canada. So they are provided by the public healthcare services. Everything is, to make a short story about that, everything is free. If a person needs a CCTV or magnifier, to see an optometrist, an audiologist. They can have those services in the rehab center. Since 2005, Institut Nazareth et Louis-Braille has been running a dual sensory loss program, a deafblind program, in collaboration with the Institut Raymond Dewar. Institut Raymond Dewar is a rehab center for deafness and communication. We are, sorry, I have to take my notes. We are a mini professional working in interdisciplinary teams to provide services to the deafblind population in the greater area of Montreal. We are, I think we are 22 persons working together. We have O&M specialists, low vision specialists, ITC specialists, psychologists, ARPist. No, we don't have an ARPist. Social worker, special educator, so that kind of professionals. And we only work with deafblind person from age 0 to the oldest one we have now is 100. It's a man. He's 107 years. So he doesn't want to have a guide dog, but it's not in my presentation. But in May, last May, I evaluate a lady. She was 91 years old. And 91 years old, and she wants to have a guide dog. It doesn't work, but we try, but she has too many health problems, but she was so good in orientation and mobility skills. She was amazing. I will do another presentation about her. Okay. Ah oui, c'est vrai. Faut que... Oh, if you want to know more, we have a code QR about, it's our website. I think it's only in French, but you can use a translator. Okay, Fondation Mira. It's a francophone center for guide dogs in Quebec province, located in Sainte-Madeleine. Sainte-Madeleine, it's a little village about 45 to 2 hours from Montreal. It depends on the traffic, but 45 minutes from Montreal. It's a non-profit organization entirely based on fundraising since 1981. And they are open to giving guide dogs to deafblind people from the beginning. So for them, it's not an issue to be deafblind and wants to have a guide dog. I forgot to tell you something at the beginning. I used Obama's slogan, "Yes, we can." He's fine with that. I called him last week and totally fine. But seriously, you will see the we is really important because we work together. It's not only the guide dog instructor and the O&M specialist, but sometimes we need the audiologist, the social worker, the speech therapist. So it's and we work with the deafblind person, so it's a teamwork. Now, I will continue with the Fondation Mira. Again, there's a QR code, if you want to scan it and have more information about La Fondation Mira and their services, and they have English version of their website. Okay. Here you have a picture of the first group. You have in front, you have a man and a lady, the first 2 clients with their guide dog. And at the back on the left, you have Eric Saint-Pierre, the founder of Fondation Mira. Then you have in the middle the lady with blonde curly hair. It's Carole Zabiello, a certified O&M specialist working in Montreal. And Hélène Guéret, another certified O&M specialist. I will talk about their work later on my presentation about Hélène and Carole, because they did a lot to develop strategies with blind person who wants to have a guide dog. Oops. Oh yeah, okay. Okay. Since 1981, O&M specialists have been involved in the guide dog allocation process. O&M specialists are involved during all the process, during evaluation, the pre-training program, training at Fondation Mira, and the follow-up at home. To resume, the guide dog instructor will work with the person and the dog, and the O&M specialist will we work more with the person to be sure that he has all the skills he needs to well use a guide dog. Okay. What time is it? Sorry, I don't have my clock. 1:45. Okay, I have plenty of time. Okay, thank you. Okay, and about the partnership, this collaboration is official, and an agreement has been signed between those two institutions. So it's official. And I don't work at Mira full time. It's like when they need me, they call me. I go to evaluate someone, and we have a class for guide dog, a deafblind person, every 2 or 3 years. It depends of the waiting list and the demand. Okay. Okay. Sorry, I'm lost with my. Okay. On this black and white picture, you can see the two first deafblind clients. On the picture of the left, you have two deafblind person chatting in tactile sign language, Quebec sign language. And on the other picture is one of the first. In fact, it's the first deafblind client. She is crossing the street with his guide dog and is using a stop sign to cross the street at this particular intersection. I will explain later on how we use this stop sign. Right. Okay. So applicants are now I will talk about the evaluation we did at Fondation Mira. The applicants are invited to a short stay at Mira's facility for 1 or 2 days. If we know them, if it's not their first guide dog and we know them, 1 day is enough to see what we want to see, to evaluate. But if it's their first guide dog and we don't know them, and they will stay like 2 days because we want to observe more things, we want to learn more about them, and 2 days it's better. We have more time to see what we want to see. Okay, who are those applicants? We only work with, if I remember well, with acquired deafblind person, like Usher syndrome type 1, type 2, maybe type 3, but those are difficult to have the diagnostic. We also have Alport syndrome. We also have blind person becomes deaf or hard of hearing for many reasons, different reasons. Who assesses the guide dog instructor, the O&M specialist, and since last May 2023, Mira hired, I translated by intervener, but it's not intervener as you probably know. I should say maybe a specialized educator. So they are there to support the person with all the psychosocial aspect, okay? Like if someone is, sometimes it happens, like on my last evaluation, there was a lady who was crying because she was nervous and she was afraid to fail, and so the intervener was there to comfort her and help her with this problem. Usually it's us who do that, so that's okay, but we have more time to work with the deafblind person who is okay. Okay, about the evaluation. First, we do a regular O&M evaluation in unfamiliar outdoor environment in a little town called Saint-Hyacinthe. It's near Montreal too, it's near Sainte-Madeleine too. So we observe the use of their vision, if they have. We observe the use of, when we observe the use of their vision, we observe if they can see obstacles on the sidewalk, if they can see the traffic light, if they can see cars passing in front of them. So all that stuff you probably know. We also observe the use of their audition, if they have. Are they able to hear the cars and from which distance? Are they able to follow by ear a car turning to right at the intersection or turning to left? So we observe their abilities to localize sound. We observe also the strategy they use to cross the street at traffic light or at four-way stops. And then we observe also their orientation abilities. But the most important question is, are they safe when they travel? Okay, sorry. After this orientation and mobility evaluation, we stay in the same environment. Sorry. Wait. We stay in the same environment, but we're using harness, or maybe you know dog sim. We have a picture here of a dog sim. It's a device with 4 wheels, 2 wheels in front, 2 wheels behind, with a hardtail that the O&M instructor can push the device to simulate the traveling with a guide dog. So when we use it, these strategies, it allows us to have an idea of how the person can be able to follow a dog and to observe how they use vision and audition when guided. J'ai-tu d'autres choses à dire? Non, ça va. Okay, and then we have lunch, and we go back to Mira Foundation, to the Fondation Mira, and it's the fun part. They try, it's the guide dogs trial in the kennel. And it's to see how they interact with the dog, but some people are like, oh, I don't like when he, how do you say that, saliva of the dog on my hands, but that's okay, but we observe that, so we will give them a dog without saliva. No, I'm kidding. To see, sorry, I didn't plan that joke. I do a lot of joke in French, but I'm not using English. To determine what type of dog they need, the height of the dog, the speed they need, are the fast walker, or so we observe that. We also observe if they can follow the dog in the canal. It's long, like 200, no, more than that. It's a long highway with, I would say, boot for the dogs. Anyway, it's a long highway, so we can put obstacles and they can try the dog there. So we observe if they can follow the dog easily in this hallway. Sometimes we also turn, if they still have a little bit of vision, we will close or shut down the light. So we do that kind of thing to evaluate how they travel with the dog. But we know that it's the first time they try a dog for most of them. So and then we also teaching simple tasks like how to put the harness on the just to see how they learn, how they remain the information. And after that, we take the decision to accept them for a future class or not. About the class, I forgot to. Oh no, I will talk about that later. Sorry. So sometimes it's possible, sometimes it's not possible. Sometimes the guide dog is not the good solution for the person. Sometimes the person has too much vision, so it will interfere with the dog's works. For example, if the person is walking on the sidewalk and he sees a pole or parkometer, the thing it takes all your money when you park. It's parkometer, and the deafblind person sees it and he slowly start to avoid by himself the obstacle. He will push the dog aside, so the dog is not fooled. He will learn that, oh, he can see, he can avoid the obstacle. I don't have to work. So it could become for us. It could become a problem. So it's why sometimes we are forced to say to the person, it's too bad. You have too much vision for now to have a guide dog with our opinion. And if they are accepted, we tell them, and we tell to their O&M specialist, because it's not necessarily me, it could be another orientation and mobility specialist, because they live in another town than Montreal. So we tell them what skills must they acquire before participating in the guide dog class. Sorry. Okay. Now, the pre-training programs. In Quebec, we work at the deaf-blind person place. We work at their home or in their environment. They don't come in Institut Nazareth Louis-Braille to be trained in our facilities. We go there. I take my car. I drive to their place, and we work them in their area. So, for those who have who are hearing impaired, who has cochlear implant or hearing aids, we use the same program who has been developed by Carole Zabiello and Hélène Guéret. The program is called Mastering the Environment Through Audition, Kinesthesia, and Cognition. So you can find it on YouTube. It's free. It's in English and French also, but you can easily have access to this program. There's a QR code you can scan if you want to. Okay. Okay. I will open here parenthesis about hearing aids and cochlear implant programmation. And if you want to know more about what I'm going to talk about now, you can talk with my colleague Julie Dufour. She's an audiologist, table 12C, and she can explain better than me, and she will have more time than me to talk to you about that. But so for those who have hearing aids or cochlear implant, they must have outdoor travel program. Okay, it means omnidirectional microphone, so no directional, so having able to hear sound on 360. Okay, no noise reducer, because if there's a big truck, and if I am at the curb and I'm waiting to cross the street and there's a big truck, I want to be able to hear it, because with noise reducer, the programmation will shut down the noise, and you will think that the truck is gone or the truck is further. So you misinterpret the situation. No other speech intelligibility options activated, like no automatic program, no wind block, and no auto sensitivity. So it is really important for O&M specialists to work with the audiologist. Okay. Is it good? Okay. For those who are deaf or don't have enough auditory skills, we adapt a program based on the kinesthesia abilities of Carol and Helen's program. In this program, we teach the basic commands, like en avant, it means go forward, A, G, reste, A, it's to turn left, G, to turn right, reste means stop. Most of the deaf-blind person, even if they use sign language, they are able to speak, or so we don't expect them to have the perfect pronunciation. If they say E instead of G, that's perfect. I have clients who said instead of reste, he was saying reste. But he was always saying reste. In fact, the dog will get used to the sound, so he will finally learn that reste mean stop. So sometimes we have to work with the speech therapist to help them to pronounce. But we also use sign. But you will ask me that question later, I'm sure. The dog is the same training as the blind person. They are not guide dog trained for deaf blind person. Okay, they didn't answer to the door, or if the phone ring or stuff like that. It's a regular blind guide dog. Okay. Okay, we teach specific skills. The goal is to, when we will be in the class, they will have more time to learn how to manipulate the dog, and not pass time to learn how to hold the harness, for example. And we talk about what belongs to the dog or to the user, what should and shouldn't be done with a guide dog. We do training in familiar environment, make sure their usual routes are safe and well mastered. Sometimes we work in unfamiliar environment to do knowledge transfer and had problem solving to the training. And we also teach different street crossing strategies as assistant card and the famous stop sign. Okay, you probably have seen this assistant card. It's wrote, please help me to cross the street, I'm deafblind. If you can help me, touch my arm. And so we use it at the traffic light, because in Montreal you have lots of audible signal to cross the street when the intersection is not accessible. But we have, I think, 7 vibrating system. So at the traffic light, our deafblind population have to ask help to cross the street using that card. The stop sign. Okay. So we use it only on where there's all-way stop. So at a 4 stops or at three-way stops. So the technique, you walk. You know, for example, you leave your home. You know the distance because you're deafblind. You know the distance between your home and the next intersection. So you feel the curb. Okay, your dog stop. Oh, your dog is in your left hand. So you check if you're well at the corner with your feet. Then when you're ready, you raise your stop sign. You count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you ask, go forward to your dog, and you cross the street, and you pray. We use it. Okay, it's no, it's not so silly because we use it since 40 years, since the beginning of with the collaboration with Mira Foundation. It's Agathe Rattel. She's a certified O&M specialist who used to work with deafblind person for 40 years. Now she's retired, and they developed this technique with Eric Saint-Pierre, the founder of Mira Foundation. We only use it, I told you, on intersection with stops. Never we use it for pedestrian crossing, where there's no mandatory stop. If the driver see someone who wants to cross the street, he's supposed to stop. But in Quebec, it will pass in front of you for sure. Nobody stops, so it's not safe to use it there. And it's only for familiar environment. And sometimes it works at 10 o'clock in the morning, but not at the rush hour at 8 o'clock because the traffic is too heavy. Okay, so we evaluate before using this strategy. It's not anything. Okay, so now we'll see a little video of Nicole. She's totally deaf and blind. She's Usher syndrome, type 1. Communicating tactile sign language. She's using guide dog since, in fact, now she's 60. Now she's 60, some mid 60, 65, 66. On this video, she was maybe 59, something like that. But you remember the black and white picture with the lady and the man signing in tactile sign language? It was her. So she has, I think she had 6 guide dogs since. So she's living by herself. She's really autonomous. So you will 7 minutes. Oh, before 45 or 30 minutes? Oh my God, okay. So, okay. Oh, attends un peu. Okay, so she raised a stop sign, a car is coming. And now she's crossing the car stop. The car wants to turn in front of her, but he didn't. He stayed there, he moved a bit to leave her more space. And when she will be on the other side of the street, okay, I will stop there. Toop. Okay, so the training at Mira Foundation, it's a 4-week stay at Mira's facilities. We did small group of 4 to 5 person. There's a progression in the environment of training, work on site for the first week. Then we do residential route, urban route. We also work in specific environment to encounter the needs of the person, like street with no sidewalk. And sometimes we work in unfamiliar environment. When needed, we have a sign language interpreter. I'm fluent in Quebec sign language, but I have only 2 arms, so sometimes help is welcome. We do follow-up at home with the guide dog instructor and the O&M specialist right after the class. To set up the team for regular routes, go to grocery store, drugstore, the school, or stuff like that. We also do a follow-up at the first snow, because in Quebec we have lots of snow and sometimes it's confusing for the dog. We also have follow-up to learn new route, and the guide dog instructor is not always there, because if there's no problem with the guide dog and the deafblind person manipulate well his dog, so I can do the follow-up by myself. And when they have a problem, like a behavioral problem, there's a follow-up. Am I done? Oh, okay. Colette, she's having 2 cochlear implants. You will see her crossing a very large street of like 6 lanes. And you will see her using her audition to cross the street. You will see a car on her left side, and when she hears the car goes, she will follow it. Oh, flute. No. She was 68. Now she's crossing the street. Okay. And another video of Colette, like 8 years later, with a new dog. 2 minutes? Okay. She's giving a treat to her dog. She's used. Okay, it's the same intersection, but with audible signal. She activated the audible signal. She asked to her dog to go on the curb. Allez, up. Good. And you will hear maybe the doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. It's the audible signal in Montreal, one of the. And then she will cross the street safely. No accident, I swear. So, questions? Sorry. Oui.
One
yes.
second, let me bring you the mic.
Sorry about that. I make too much joke.
OK. Si nous avons une personne qui habite en Ontario qui veut un chien, est-ce que nous pouvons envoyer là à la centre Mira?
Je crois que oui. I think, okay, if someone is living in Ontario, can they go to Mira Foundation? I think yes, but I don't know if it will have a fee, if they have to raise, because it's fundraising for, and it's free for people living in Quebec. But I think it's also, I'm not sure. Okay, so. Yes, it is. Okay, thank you.
Any other questions?
Oh, oui, it's true. Yeah, okay, New Brunswick too. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, last question.
But I guess the point is that somebody from Ontario wouldn't be part of the INLB program. That would be a different issue, right?
We'll offer services to him when he will be in during the class, yes, but not after.
Okay, great.
Thank you
so
for your
much,
attention.
Michelle.
I'm free to ask your question and tonight at the bar or something.
I have a small gift for you.
Okay.